Welcome, everybody, to this
Yo.
edition of the Rise Speaker Spotlight. I'm TJ McCormack, the community manager for Roofer. I got Joshua Keith here from Roofing Technologies Unlimited. I'm so excited to talk with this gentle teddy bear they say of you, right?
That's funny.
I've gotten
Me
to know
too,
you, man.
man.
Let's start off this. How tall are you, Josh?
So let's say this. I get asked that question every day.
Yeah,
And I really say 6'7", but I'm really 6'6" and like 5'8". So
six,
I'm,
six,
in
five.
Austin, I'm up to code. You know what I'm saying?
Nice, nice. Well, tell us a little bit about you. Tell us your name. Tell us where you're from. Who you work for, or what company you own.
So yeah, my name is Joshua Keith. I'm the CEO here at Roofing Technology Unlimited, roofing solar company here based in Houston, Texas. A little bit about me. I actually got into the roofing game about 2.5 years ago. Actually, coming up to close to 3 years now. But before that, I was in sales for a little while. Sold a lot of water softeners. You name it. I was just in selling pretty much anything at that point.
Yeah.
And basically, before that, I was a professional football player. Played football from the time I was 8 years old till I was 24.
Nice.
24, and then I had a little stint with the Iowa Barnstormers, but that was cut short from COVID. And so I chased football for a long time. Went to Stephen F. Austin State University,
Nice.
Axum Jacks, and so yeah, that's a little bit about me.
Nice. Where you, what position did you play?
So I played left tackle and right
Nice.
tackle, and I was on the blind side at my school. I gave up like 2 sacks in 2 years, and was the guy there, and started like 22 games and was an all conference player. I got picked up late. Not I wasn't drafted. I was just an undrafted free agent, and at the end of the draft with the Los Angeles Chargers, and it was really exciting. I can remember that moment. I was like, man, it was one of those really super surreal moments where like, dang, I made it to the NFL. Like it was insane. So uh,
Let me ask you this: how do you think that like all of those years of sports, and then also in the professional sports life, have helped you in your leadership within the roofing community and in your own company?
well, it's just giving me that drive. It's like one of those things where like it gives you like discipline. Like I don't think people really understand what just a college athlete goes through, a Division I college athlete goes through on a day to day basis. Like
Right.
you're up at 4:35 in the morning and you're not home till 9 p.m.,
Right.
which is pretty similar to what a roofer goes through. Very common salesperson what they go through, and so it's really there's a lot of discipline that is involved in both of those things, and I think that translates really well for me. And I got really competitive in what I did. Like I had to be first string, I had to win, and so the same thing applied when I got into roofing sales. Started off with my first company that I started working for as a salesperson. The guy across from my cubicle, we were in cubicles, like was like, "Yo, I'm gonna outsell you today." I was like, I had no idea what I was doing. I was like, okay, whatever. And ended up outselling him crazy that week, and he quit. You know what I mean? So it's
Yeah.
just like the competitive nature of this industry, just with the discipline that was needed to perform at a high level in college and in professionals.
Let's talk about that drive for a minute. Like, I like that the camaraderie amongst friends, right? But then also you're also competing in some sense within your own colleagues. That person was for me is David Summerly. A lot of people know that. A lot of people don't know that. Yeah, David and I worked together for several years. And for years, we would sell millions of dollars a year, but we were always like 780, 790, 800, 810. Like we were always that neck and neck. So it was a lot of fun.
Wait,
Um,
y'all work for the same company?
oh yeah, back several years ago, we were selling roofs together here in
That's
Colorado.
awesome. Love David.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, he's a
awesome.
great dude. But no, tell me a little bit. You got a family?
So it's just obviously my brother's my partner,
Yeah,
his wife, my dad, my mom, and then I have a little Rottweiler puppy. She's a year old, so she's
nice
my
man.
family.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at least that's great for a first couple of year entrepreneur, not having to have too much other responsibility outside yourself, and that's good stuff, man.
Yeah,
What
dude.
do you like to do?
So I like to spend most of my time working. I work a lot. I
Yeah,
kind of have a hard time getting away from work. But in my downtime, I like to work out. I like to, go for a jog, go hit some weights. I like
yeah.
to make beats. I'm a little bit. I'm a musician a little bit. I play some piano. My grandfather played for Hank Williams Jr.,
Oh
so
wow.
it's in my blood a little bit. I got a little jazz fingers going on over here. So I just like making beats. I have a studio at my house, and that's kind of like my decompress. I don't really watch
Awesome.
Netflix or anything. I just kind of go make beats. So,
Yeah, like that musical side. I still wish I had it, man. When I was younger, probably I probably could say the same, but since I've gotten older, I've gotten away from it. But I love listening to it still. But so
dude.
let's switch gears a little bit. You and I met a couple. I mean, we've met a couple of times, but
Hmm.
you and I had an opportunity to actually connect and talk about Roofer a little bit. And it wasn't necessarily in the beginning. It was me being selfish and asking, "Hey, how are you using Roofer?" And then I found out some really great stuff about how you're utilizing and doing marketing in your company different. Would you care to share just a little bit about
Yeah.
how you approach the market? And of course, I don't want you to give up any trade secrets, but
No, no. We met what, two roof cons ago. I was at roof con. I
yeah,
met you there, and then that was like where I was like trying to figure out TikTok or something. I was like, how do I
yeah,
figure this out? And then the next year, I guess we went into the roofer deal, and so I've been able to implement it into my business from a KPI point of view, like where like I really utilize that QR code
right,
on pretty much everything that has to do with marketing and advertising. So we put it on everything. We put it on our truck wrap. We put it on our door hangers. We put it on our, the back of the receipt tape at grocery stores, which is kind of a unique thing that I've been kind of blessed with to be able to break some of those categories for that company. Kind of similar to you in a way, like where I'm
yeah,
kind of like almost like an affiliate marketer for them as well,
sure,
because it works really well. It's on the back of the receipt tape at grocery stores. The name of the company is Indoor Media, and
okay,
what they do is they put out a printout. I wish I had a roll, but like this is a receipt tape. This is off and max, but like on the back, there's like a double size ad with a huge QR code, and I can basically pinpoint that exact grocery store and track the data from roofer. Like if somebody plugs in an instant estimator, we try to funnel everybody to that. We put it on magnets that we hand out at the door. Like, hey, maybe you don't use this today, but here's your market, or here's a magnet. You can, put it on your fridge, and you can scan that QR code to get it. We just put it on everything, and it's able on our back office team, which they're looking at me. They're able to like just manage those little things that when people call in, we're knowing exactly where it comes from.
yeah,
And we love that aspect of it because one, we want to get a quick quote to somebody real quick, real fast. We want to, be high in our technologies, right? Roofing Technology Unlimited. And basically we want to utilize anything that we can to get our name out. And we use a lot of stuff.
yeah. That's just great. I think that a lot of times people will take technology and then not learn how to use it, right?
Yeah.
Or blame the technology for not working correctly. But the way that you're utilizing the instant estimator tool is the way that it's supposed to be used, and driving as many people to it with
Hmm.
any sales tactic necessary. I didn't mean to get off on that topic. I just know that that was an excellent point that you guys have
Yeah.
at your company. But tell me about somebody who you look up to. I know that you're really big in the Revolt group. Tell me a little bit about that as well.
Well, first of all, like honestly, like a couple years, a year ago, I was not in a good place. Just like I was just not in a good place. So, the number one person I look up to is Jesus Christ, bro.
Yeah,
Like God has been my rock. He's been my savior. And so I give all the glory to God. Like I just do. Like he gives me this platform, I'm going to give it back to him at any level, right? So
Sure.
that is somebody I look up to heavily. Second would be like my dad. He's been a very good mentor to me, as far as just like, helping me grow a business. He's helped grow a business, $100 million business that is still doing that type of number. Was one of the executives for them. And so it's just been really fun for me to learn a lot from him. And I didn't even realize, like, like when your dad's busy working, I'm out playing football. Like
Right.
I didn't even realize, like, stepping into the business world, how impactful my dad really was, and like changed multiple industries, and just like really big time. And when I started realizing, putting two to two together, I was like, dang, I need to listen to my dad. Like my dad's kind of got some good advice and some stuff there. And so my dad's one of my biggest mentors. And then I would say, man, a lot of the Revolt guys, I can
Yeah.
touch on that. I mean, there's too many to name right now, but Hunter's doing an incredible thing over there. Michael Marcial, the new CEO of Revolt, but man, they're doing the incredible stuff over there, man.
Yeah.
It's blessed me as a business owner. It's helped me kind of go into this industry strong and know that I'm backed up, and like I've got support. I've got a network of friends, more so than just like business. Like we don't really, we do business together, but it's also more of just like an accountability. Like, hey, we're doing this. We're holding our company accountable in this way. How are you holding your company accountable? And like then holding each other accountable to holding your company accountable. So
Right.
it's really cool what Hunter's doing. So I would say Hunter's a big mentor of mine as well. And honestly, you, TJ, I look up to you, man. Like you're freaking killing it, dude. And
Thank you.
I appreciate what you're doing in my life too. Helping me. So
Man, I really appreciate that. It feels great to be able to help other people
yeah,
be better than when you met them, right? That's the whole name of the game. If you're really going to help somebody, do it from love and not from another point of view. But I
that's right.
appreciate that, man. But yeah, no, I love Hunter too. I think he's a great dude, man. I've met Hunter quite a few times. He got to speak at our One Industry One Model events last year,
Mhm.
with Jen and I, and it was really just to have that camaraderie and that friendship with him, to be able to text him at any moment whenever you need something, and he answer within a few minutes is really cool.
Yeah.
So, yeah, especially somebody with that much money on his mind, right? so,
It's
but
a lot. They just got
um,
hit with a big old hailstorm too.
yeah, no, speaking of hail, you guys know, if you're watching me right now, Denver is about to get hit with a storm. Is coming out of the south. I'm actually watching the radar while we're talking, because it's approaching while we're talking here. But we got a big hailstorm. It's been several years since we've had a hailstorm, and we were going into a really deep retail market trend, where we had lost, half of our roofers since
Mm.
COVID, and then no hail. And last night we got a pretty large amount of hail from North Denver all the way to the Wyoming border. And then today I think we're going to even get some more. So congrats to the Denver roofers if you are getting some extra work out of this. So, but let's talk about this. I, I, how many people you got working for you, man?
Let's see. Right now I have on my staff. I have 5 people on my staff.
Yeah,
I got a couple of salespeople,
sure,
who are not like employees, but there's commission guys.
sure.
And just that's it. That's all. I actually have my brother-in-law is coming down from Denver to come down here. Him and his family are coming down here. We're going to be utilizing his expertise on some things to come in and sell some deals and get that going as well. We're hiring right now. Like
Nice.
we actually
Love that.
here in
Tell,
a
tell
few
us a little
days.
bit about the jobs that you're looking for people, because this is an excellent platform for people to possibly
Yeah.
reach out to you.
So we're located in Houston. We're building out Central Texas. We're building out mid central, like Waco area. We wanted to go in that direction, kind of like in between Austin and San Antonio, and then Waco in between Dallas and San Antonio. And the positions we're looking for are salespeople as well as account managers. We have I'm not going to give these secrets away, but
Right,
I
right.
do have one. We have a system that we've put in place that I'm actually going to basically try to get a consulting thing, kind of do it like almost like Matt Danskin with the insurance restoration stuff.
Sure.
Like where we do that for other companies, but we're trying to hire some account executives where they can manage high profile accounts, as well as kind of be on the phones and selling people on the phone and do some inside sales action. So need some outside sales, inside sales, and then some honestly, I'm looking for some assistance too. So
Nice.
those are our growth positions right now.
Well, that's
The less experience that you have, the better. That's my opinion. We're actually, what I was about to say is in 2 days, we're actually filming a professionally trained, like having a professional videographer come in for 6 days, and we're going to basically script out a bunch of training and a couple other things. And yeah, you're going to be
awesome.
down here, right? And it's going to be right before the show.
I'm looking forward to that next week. Let's plug that real quick, and then
Yeah.
so we're coming to Fort Lauderdale next Wednesday. I can't believe it. It's 1 week from today. It's kind of surreal because our team has been working on this for several months. Like when I came to work at Roofer at the beginning of November, this was already something we were talking about. So it's been a long road, and we're excited to finally get out there and educate some roofers and get them better than what we said before, better than what they were. But we're also coming to Houston Friday, and that's where we'll see Joshua. If you want to come to our event, you go to roofer.com right there in the bottom right hand of your screen, roofer.com/rise. And it's an easy, simple registration. And that way we can get you registered. We're going to feed you lunch. We're going to have a little happy hour at the end of the day so you can network with others. And our sponsors are going to be there. We're just looking forward to having a lot of fun. But let me ask this. I see your shirt. It says, "My shirt feeds orphans."
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that shirt. Tell us a little bit about it.
All right, so it's actually one of my nonprofits that I donate to, called Core Love.
Yeah.
They're basically they help orphans. They put orphans in homes all across the world. They're building right now. One of the main matches what they're building is like a orphanage in Honduras right now, and we're trying to raise $300,000 to put orphans in there and feed them, give them all the basics, the food, water, healthcare, somebody to love on them, education, all of the basic things that for survival out there in Honduras. And that's what we're working on now. And every dollar that's donated to Core Love, they're going to match. So every dollar that's donated, so dollar for dollar will be matched. And so even if it's $10, it'll turn into 20,
Wow.
And so we're just believing for like a miracle, and honestly, just something that I feel passionate about, because I actually have a story about this company. So at the beginning of my company, Roofing Technology Unlimited, I actually had like not very much money. Like I started this on pretty low numbers, right? Not very much money. And I felt the Lord just asking me to kind of give up my money to this organization. And of course, everyone in my family was like, "No, this is a bad idea." And I just was like, "No, this is a good idea." And sure enough, I asked the Lord, I was like, "Yo, can I at least go eat my favorite restaurant, Lupe Tortillas, here in Houston?" Which, we got to grab some, TJ, when you're down here. Dude, you got to get some beef fajitas. They're awesome. So I show up to the restaurant, and sure enough, the leaders, Mike and Mandy Reisner, are actually walking into the restaurant. And I was like, boom, I got to do it. And then I donated some money to them. And then God basically returned that money that I donated 100 times the amount that I gave back to me in the form of revenue, and just completely blew my business up like 2 weeks later.
Wow.
And so it's a huge thing for me, where I just feel called to like honestly spread the word about it. And like I said, this is my shirt feeds orphans, and it's at corelove.org, and this is for Honduras, and it's for this month in May. We're basically just I'm just spreading the word. I can drop a link if you want, but it's really, it's just something that we feel really good about, and we're trying to help them build this one, and then potentially go into like Costa Rica. They already have one in Haiti. They have one in India. They have one. They have one. Let's see. They have one in Haiti. They have one in India. They have one in Africa.
Wow.
I forget which country in Africa, but we're working on Honduras right now.
Nice.
So Honduras is the one we're doing, and hopefully I can get down there and kind of see some of the the building that's going on. So we're excited about to raise $300,000. So feel free.
Awesome. I'll definitely. You got to send me the. Is the link on your page, or is it pinned anywhere?
The link is on my page. I can drop the link. I have the link here. I can put it in the private chat or the.
I just put it in the regular comments there. But then, so tell me what's next for your company and what we can expect from you. Coming soon.
Well, I've got some big deals we're working on. I've got a couple commercial roofs that we're getting in. We're breaking into the commercial space. We got some awesome people that I've been working with, just like slowly but surely. We're just getting some of the commercial stuff going. We're cranking out roofs. We got some volume game going on right now, and then we have this method that I'm not ready to share exactly what it is, but it's very, very cool. And we sit down with the owner of that company Friday to go over and maybe ink a deal Friday. I don't want to speak too soon, but as soon as Friday comes around, we ink the deal. I'll be happy to elaborate at the show. So
get that first check.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. It's also something I think that roofers, if they do it, and they call me on how to sell the deal, I'll be happy to like help them do that, take advantage of that. But it's dealing with technology, and but one of the things that we're getting into is the short video stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So we're trying to get into TJ McCormack's world, the short video content. It's for me, it was always like, man, there's no way that I can be the face of, it was like, there's not, what do I know? It's kind of like one of those things where, I've kind of gotten over that fear a little bit. Yeah. And I want to put my face on the camera and let's get it going. Like, while I'm up on the roof, let's, talk about what's going on and stuff of that nature. So
can I tell you, let me plug this real quick, a little social media help to maybe a little motivation. So like I started social media. I've been doing social for many years, just like everybody else. It's always been regular posts. It was never videos. I was always scared to put myself on video. And even when I first started in December of 2020, I couldn't put myself on camera without sweating under my armpits or just like freezing up when it was time for me to talk about what I'm passionate about, right? Mm-hmm. And one day, about 4 or 5 months later, I'm standing in the middle of a blizzard in my driveway with my phone on the end of my truck, and Eminem's "Lose Yourself" comes on, and I hear it in my head. You got to lose yourself in the moment. You own it. You never, ever let it go. You only get one shot, right? And from that moment on, it became easy to preach my craft to the camera. And I still have moments in time where I struggle to press the on button. But where I'm really good is the live broadcast versus I'm good at the videos too. But recently I've really been concentrating on YouTube, which has been really great. And we've been collecting subscribers like crazy, many thousands of people. And I know that if people are geotagging their videos correctly with hashtags as well as location setters, and then just producing 0 to 1 minute content, and letting it go, that your company is going to grow organically in your community because it's going to consistently be shown on the algorithm to people who are searching for things in Houston. So I'm excited for that, but also thank you for letting me talk out loud there for a minute. But it was really just a psychological switch in my head that said, if you're going to do this, quit messing around and just do it. So
that's good, man. That's
But
good. That's inspirational to me.
yeah, thank you.
So we're that's I would say that would be our to answer your question. Like that is like that's the number one thing there, as well as we shout out to Matt Danskin.
I love
I
Matt.
have been I have been selling insurance agents left and right, dude.
Yeah.
And I love this. I'm like literally like hiring people to literally go through the training and just specifically do that. We've been getting a ton of referrals coming in, and it's been pretty awesome. Um,
You want to know
yeah,
what's
man.
ironic is like probably about 5 years or so ago. I'm in this very small rural area up in northern Colorado. Back then, Frederick and Erie and all those little towns were really
Oh,
really
yeah, yeah,
small.
yeah.
And then so I'm driving around and I get on the roof and I look over and Matt Danskin's on the roof next to me. And then and just down the street, here comes a truck, and it was Mike Abernathy. And I don't know if
Wow.
you know Mike Abernathy, but it was me and Matt Danskin and Mike, and this was prior to him launching his business that he has now. But we were inspecting roofs on the same street in a small town in Colorado. That's how small this industry is, for real.
It really, it's funny that you say that because I feel the same way. One of the guys that's in Revolt, and his name is David.
Yeah.
Actually, Daniel. Excuse me, I'm tripping.
Yeah.
Sorry, Dan. I knocked on his door and like pitched him a roof like 3 years ago, and that's how we met. Then we show up at RoofCon. We're both joining Revolt, and basically,
It's a small world, man.
it's a
It's a
small
small
world,
world. But well, dude, it's been great talking to you today. I really appreciate the opportunity to not just know you as a friend, but know you as somebody that's coming up in our industry. You definitely deserve a great voice, man. I love listening to you and your stories, man. Please come out and see Josh next week, and
Yeah.
I'm sure you're gonna bring some other friends with you too, and we're gonna have great fellowship and have a great time. But yeah, thank you guys for watching today. If you should want to learn more about our event coming up next week in Fort Lauderdale and Houston, go to roofer.com/rise. And we'll look forward to seeing you guys next week. But for now, thank you.
Thank you.